Well, it's been a while since I made a Chicago Bulls video, but I figured I'd come on here right now and pump one out. What's going on, everybody? I am Mac, back with another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Link is down in the box below. The Chicago Bulls, I mean, the frustrating season for them just continues. I mean, granted, about a month ago, I came on here and I said that this team should just blow it up because they lost Zach LaVine for the rest of the season and they had a failed rally against the Sacramento Kings. But, to their credit, they've been battling back ever since then. But it's just been a common theme this year with the Bulls is that every time that they have a chance to get to 500, they just never get to it. And the thing with that is, that would normally be a death sentence for a lot of other teams in the NBA. But see, the thing with the Bulls is that they're pretty much stuck at the ninth seed because they've created too much separation to the point to where they're not bad enough to be bottom tier in the Eastern Conference because let's face it, the Eastern Conference is just pure trash. Okay. So we've created separation enough to avoid that. But at the same time, they're just not competitive enough to be able to compete with a team like Boston or Milwaukee or even Cleveland, barely Cleveland. So they're just kind of stuck in limbo. And more likely than not, this team is going to be in the play in. I mean, I fully expect this team to make the play in. And don't kid yourself, guys. Even if the Bulls do win in the play in, they are just going to get their ticket to getting swept by the Boston Celtics in the first round of the playoffs. And then I don't really know where the front office is going to go from there. But this season in general for the Bulls has just been a very frustrating up and down mess for the Bulls. And I know that I haven't been a fan long enough to be fully agitated with it, but there's some things that I've noticed this year about the Bulls, and just a typical game for them just kind of goes like this. They just mess around in the first quarter, and this is in reference to the Houston Rockets game the other night. They mess around in the first quarter. They don't play strong defense. They keep missing shots. They allow the opponent to score anywhere from like 30 to 35 points in the first quarter, and the Bulls find themselves in a big deficit early on. Then in the second quarter, they kind of get back in the game a little bit, and they even may have like a small halftime lead or something. And then the third quarter comes in, and they find themselves getting back in a deficit to the point to where like they need to make up for a deficit and they need to play stronger defense. But at that point, it doesn't matter what kind of fourth quarter run they go on or what kind of comeback that they have. It's just that the mistakes that they made early on just cost them early. And before you know it, it's too late for a rally and the Bulls are going to take another loss. Um, Overall, this Bulls team, I really don't know what direction that we're really heading in, but if you can't even get back to 500 and you can't um even get over that mark, then in my opinion, you really just ought to not make the playoffs altogether. And this is why I think the playoffs are so watered down nowadays. Like back in the day, it used to be 1 through 8. Now you get this play-in tournament, and it's just delaying the inevitable to where like you're going to get punched in the face by the better team in the Eastern Conference. And then you got poor emotions, players handling themselves poorly as well emotionally, like DeMar DeRozan, he had a very inexcusable foul that led to an ejection the other night. I mean, I know DeMar DeRozan is very passionate. I know that he wants to be a leader on the team, and I know that he's been in the league long enough to be a veteran, but a foul like that is just so avoidable, and you got to be able to maintain your composure and something like that. I mean, that's just another thing with the Bulls. They don't really know how to, you know, maintain themselves. They really don't know how to keep their emotions in check, and it's something that's just been costing this team. Even Vooch was guilty of that early on as well. So I really don't know, man. I mean, I like the aggression that the Bulls have. I like how they never seem to back down from a fight. But the thing with them, they don't know how to close out a game. They don't know how to take a lead, and this team just doesn't know how to get to 500. But we'll see down the final phases. I mean, we're 34 and 36. We got 12 games left, I believe. But overall, the Bulls just need a lot of patch-up work to do if they're to even win one playoff game, in my opinion. But yeah, that's just a small video I wanted to pump out real quickly. Real quickly, let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I am Mac checking on out for the day. Have a good one, everybody.